along with the technical knowledge, they want to even see how loyal you are. Do you lie at any point in the answer? Because I'll tell you, any company, if they want to recruit you, they do not want liars.
Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Chill Chats. It's a series where you will be seeing that I'll be interacting with the place cadets to know what was the story behind getting placed in the company, what was their struggle, what was the motive behind, the motivation that urged them to get the placement. So without wasting, let's get to the first episode where we will be interacting with the MOL placed cadets, Nikhil sir and Aniket sir. They recently placed in MOL. Let's hear out what their story was. Hello sir, welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
Welcome sir.
Thank you.
So MOL was the first company you all appeared for, or did you appear for other companies also before?
Before I appeared for MOL, I was even shortlisted for the MERS PLI test, which I could not clear, but I even got shortlisted for Chevron and I went on to the final interview, and then I got a chance for the MOL company.
Okay, sir. And you sir?
Yes, so I have shortlisted for the marks. Again, the same story. But I didn't got the chance in the marks. Then I went the Chevron. But in the interview rounds, I not cleared that interview. Then I got the MOL company, and finally I got selected, and it was my first chance for the interview.
Okay sir. So sir, in brief, can you tell about MOL company to the viewers?
Okay, so talking about MOLMI, so MOLMI is basically it's a Mitsui O.S.K line. It's a Japanese company, and the company which we are placed in is MOLMI, that is the Manning Indian Service. So it mans all the Indian seafarers who are in India, and then for taking recruitment, first we get to sail on CTV vessel, which is the cadet training vessels, and then from there they see how we work and how we come up, and then they shift us to the main branch, that is the MOL ships. That's how the MOL works. They mainly have LPG, LNG carriers, and in CTV vessel we have container vessels, and we have VLCCs as well.
So what was your motivation to join Merchant Navy?
So my first, actually, I am not a motivation like that thing, but I want to do mechanical engineering from after the 12. But my JE and the MST CET results are not so good. So then I applied for the IMU CET, and I got the ranks it was the 3000. Okay, then I came to the Manet. But the motivation behind the joining the Merchant Navy is that one of my uncle, who was the fitter in the ONGC company, who motivated me to join this field.
Okay sir, what was your motivation of joining Merchant Navy?
From beginning I wanted to do engineering only, and it was in my family that we have engineers, but I wasn't quite sure if I was fit to do any desk kind of job like in IT sector or any computer sector. So that's around when I got in touch with my cousin who is in this field currently, and he is an able-bodied seaman in MMSI. I got in touch with him. I asked him if there's anything that is available on board for engineers, and he told me yes, there is a field for engineers, B.Tech marine engineering. And then I further researched about it online, and I checked, yes, it is a very passionate field. You need to be very adventurous, you need to be very strong. Not only that, you even have to be mentally fit for this, apart from being physically fit. So I thought like this is something I want to do, because it's not just sitting in one place. You have a lot of movement, hands-on practice, everything. So this all made me, very motivated. Okay, let's try this out. Nothing mainstream like how normal engineering and doctorate is in India, and I moved forward for this.
Okay sir, what was the recruitment procedure of MOL?
Okay, so first of all, they had a criteria that before you join, you have to make sure, before you apply for the interviews, you have to be all clear in this field. You have to be no backlogs in your semester, nothing like that should be there. You need to have a 12th PCM, at least minimum 65, and even your English should be, the 10th mark should be more. There's a certain percentage,
yes.
I cannot recollect. And then when you get shortlisted, a good amount of students will get shortlisted, but it's like only few of them will, if they clear all the rounds with proper, the techniques and all that. So there are 3 rounds. We first have a Seagull test, that's the online test. It's just like CBT only, where they'll test all your STCW, all the firefighting
Technical knowledge.
or technical knowledge questions. After clearing that round, then you have an essay writing competition. I mean, it's not a competition; it's just essay writing, where they'll give you a certain question, a common question usually, to all the cadets who are shortlisted. You have to write your essay, and that essay will be in front of them while your interview is going on. So that is the third round. Essay round is the second, and then the interview round is the third round. Interview is both technical as well as it's going to be about a little bit about personal and about the company as well. Make sure you need to know in depth about the company, because if you want to join something, you need to show that willingness from inside. Yes, I want to be a part of the company. Why you want to join this company? So you need to show that interest.
Okay, so how things change after placement? Does responsibility increase or decrease?
Yes. So the first thing change in my life is that after getting placement, you feel more responsible because as you clear the interview round, so it feels like that you have the good technical knowledge, you have the good communication skills, and along with that, you should ensure that that the records will keep for the future also, because it is also important, because I feel many of the cadets don't study after getting the placement. So ensure that the study after the placement, it is a very important, and especially for the MOL, its criteria is like that you have to all clear throughout the semester, otherwise your placement is in danger.
That's true.
Yes.
Okay, so if someone has to appear for more, what all preparation advice you would give to them?
Okay, I mean, if it depends. First of all, if usually the company, they come around when you are in your third year or when you're in your second last year, depending on BSc or B.Tech. And then it is a company that requires you to be top notch in your technical. You have to be very good in technical, and it's not necessary that they only check your technical knowledge. So one thing I have understood from my seniors who have recently got placed in this company is that we all know, almost all the interviewers, all the HRs know that yes, the students will make mistakes. They want to see how you handle the pressure when they ask you certain questions, the way you tackle those questions. Along with the technical knowledge, they want to even see how loyal you are. Do you lie at any point in the answer? Because I'll tell you, any company, if they want to recruit you, they do not want liars. You might find a person who might do mistake technically. That is, we are humans, we do mistakes. But if you then and there, if you tell it to your senior authority, yes, I have done this mistake, please guide me. Yes, you might get a little hearing from them at that, but at least it won't be a risk to the ship or to the life of the seafarer. That is one thing. You have to be loyal,
Yes.
and you have to show that technical knowledge. So you need to work hard, and work hard in the sense both subjectively regarding your subjects, and even with the way you speak, the communication, because this is a field where you have people from all across the globe.
Yes.
So you need to at least be, have that simple language, but simple which can, communicate to the other person, from whichever nationality he is. That should be the main motive for joining this company.
Okay, sir. So one interview question you remember that you think that was something tricky or got you into the placement list?
Okay. So there are the lots of tricky questions he has asked me. I'm an engine cadet, so I applied for the engine interview, but they suddenly asked me about the deck side question. What is that fan which is on the topmost deck, which is continuously rotating? I can't recall that name of the fan because I don't know about that fan also. Then they also asked about the SOLAS regulations for the bulkheads, which I am not aware at that time. So that's the tricky question. And in the technical engine sides question also, they have asked me a simple question like a camshaft speed. But at that time, because of the nervousness, I am not able to recall that question, even that is a simple question. So they are basically checking your moral. So it is important to keep your moral so high because it is going to be down there, and it is that they are testing you, you are withstanding that interview questions or not. But yes, but you need to be technically prepared. I prepare for the refrigerations, So I believe they select me because of the refrigeration, which answers I got.
Okay. And sir, one interview question you get reminded of.
This was regarding the essay only. So what happened was like I felt like that was the turning point in the beginnings. Before, like as soon as I entered, before I sat down, he asked me the question from the essay only. Like,
Okay.
tell me what do you know about the fire alarms. So I was like, okay, let's, because I remember the previous day we had the second round, that was the essay writing, and then they were asking about the alarm systems. And in that alarm systems, I did a mistake where I did not write it properly. I did a small mistake. So I'm pretty sure before I entered the room, he read my essay, he noted that mistake, and before I sat down, he asked me that same question. And when I realized that mistake I had done, so at that moment I had told the correct answer. And then he again cross questioned me, so he's like, okay, so you know that answer. And then I understood that he noticed my mistake in that essay. I told him at that point, yes sir, I know what it is now and I understood what mistake I had done yesterday. Then he told me, okay, so you had prepared this night. So this is what he wanted to know. That you knew your mistake and then you corrected and you even confronted. You didn't hide it in front of me. That was one turning point. I felt like in the beginning he got to know, okay, he won't lie for the company. That's what I feel, that maybe that's what he thought, but this is what I think so. Other questions, then he started normal technical, what is turn tube, and then what are the turn tube seals, what are the different parameters in the boiler, what are the things you check, what is the normal, and then all that. Then he spent 2-3 minutes on asking questions regarding do you drink or do you smoke. It's a very common interview question you'll be faced, not only in MOL, in other companies also. And then the trick is, I mean, there's no trick for it. You have to be honest in front of him. So in that moment, and yes, I said I do not do any of this, and he will keep insisting on staying. He stayed for that question for about 1 or 2 minutes because he tried to find out if I would stay in my answer. So there might be situations in your interview round where they might stay with one question just to see if you change your answer. Because if you change, then he would catch you there and there. So whatever answer you give, you stay focused and stay firm on your answer. Do not change it after you know, it's just like a psychometric trick. When you go forward in your medical test and you will understand this thing. So
You don't have to contradict yourself.
yes, you have to,
That's the
you have
main
to
thing.
be focused or be firm with your answers.
Okay. So we'll end this video with a rapid fire. So who will go first?
Aniket.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So we'll start. First question. If given a chance to start again, what it would be? B.Tech or B.Sc?
B.Tech, of course.
Okay. Best thing about marine engineering?
Yes.
Best thing about marine engineering?
Best thing about marine engineering, yes, it is giving the handsome salary package. Along
Okay.
with that, it will give a chance to travel across the globe, and it will give the opportunity to interact with the lots of peoples, and yes, it will develop your situational awareness skill and your hands-on machinery. Yes, it will develop that skill also, and your communication definitely going to be improved.
Okay, sir. If not merchant navy, where you would be now?
Mechanical engineering.
Okay. Rank in the order of your preference: bulk carrier, tanker, cruise liners, Ro-Ro, LPG.
First is always a LNG, then I go for the LPG, then tanker, then bulk carrier, then container.
Okay, sir. And cruise being the last.
Cruise being the last.
Okay, sir. One piece of advice to the young cadets.
Yes, for the young cadets who are there, the one piece of advice is to study hard, get your technical knowledge up to date, and improve your communication skill, because they are going to help you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank
So we'll go with you now.
Yes.
You resided outside India and now you're residing in India. So your first question, which is best? India or the other country?
I mean, if I stay anywhere for a long time, then I will prefer that only. So I used to stay in Kuwait since my childhood. So I would say that, but now this is my last probably time in India, and then again we'll go out for sailing. So I would say India all day.
Okay. Describe man and hostel in a sentence.
Man in hostel. So okay, you're doing engineering. Obviously, you need to do a lot of compromise to your sleep. So it's going to be compromised sleep not only for studying but even for having fun. Because this engineering life, you need to know how to manage your stress, and it can be through various ways. So I would say it's a memorable thing, and should never let it down. Always enjoy it to the fullest.
Okay. If not merchant navy, where you would be now?
If not merchant navy, I would be in some crowd in some mechanical engineering only.
Okay. Best thing about your field?
My field, handsome salary. You get to talk to different people from all around the world. You get to try out new food, and you get a hands-on practice, and you get to learn how to use new tools on board. So I would love that.
Okay. Ranking the order of your preference: tankers, bulk carriers, cruise line, ro-ros, LPG.
I would go for LPG first, and then I would see for LNG, then tankers, and then I'll come down to bulk, then containers, and then cruise line.
Okay. So lastly, one golden advice to the cadets who are planning to join merchant navy.
If you're planning to join merchant navy, I'll tell you do join if you feel like you can stay away from your parents. That is the first thing when you leave after 12th. You're going to be either you'll be away from your parents, and depending on your field, you might not be with them throughout your working life. So if you feel like you can handle all that stress, and then if you want to be adventurous at those young ages, then do join this field because it has a lot many to offer. You get to learn a lot of things from across the globe. The people who come around you, you'll have a number of characters in front of you. You'll get to learn from everyone, and that's how it's supposed to be. Because if you stay in one space, that's what I believe, that you will never grow. So get out of your comfort zone and grow.
Okay. So here we come to the end of the video. Thank you, sir, for being on the channel.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So I hope you enjoyed and you got the information they shared, like their journey, their sacrifices, the motivation. Hope you all get it. If you find this video interesting, do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.